Oh, and welcome. Now, I'm going to explain something. I'm a whole lot happier right now than I was fucking a little bit ago. And I'm not going to go into really any detail about it, except for I'm just happy. I'm just happy. As I should be. As I should be. Let me take a moment and just catch my thoughts because I want to just say go watch a little movie called Mune Guardian of the Moon. Mune Guardian of the Moon. Because it's not like it changed anything of my perspective to anything in the world except for maybe I recognize a habit which I'm doing with a lot of content which I, in the end, enjoy. And that habit is I keep goddamn avoiding it. Midnight's gonna join me on my lap. I don't know what she thinks I'm doing. It's on a selfie stick, I don't care. It's better than trying to hold it just in my hand purely. um, Guardian of the Moon has been. It's a good movie. Hold on, stupid thing. There we go. I like it. I liked it. I still like it. I would even watch it right now, but right now I have something which I am still wanting to watch. I don't know. There's another movie which I feel is just as good, if not just a little bit better, which is The Little Prince. And The Little Prince, Midnight's with me here again. The Little Prince is just a little bit better in my opinion. And it's hard to explain why. But if you watch both are on Netflix, and both are amazing. And both do something which at some point I want to talk more in depth about. But in the meantime, I just want to make this short little video, just in general. Go watch it. Just go watch it. And then if I do a video way later in the future about both movies, then I'll be glad to talk about them. But right now, all I'm saying is go watch them, and really kind of don't purposely, like when first watching them, look for what is similar. But when you get the chance, if you have the chance to watch both of them more than once, try and see what I mean by like how they're very similar. There's one thing that's going to be obvious if you watch both movies all the way through, and there's a few things that are there, but even for myself, I will have to kind of look into it more and more. And I am even going to watch them a few times in a row again, because it's just that they're that good. One thing I will say to give The Little Prince a little bit of a one-up is that it was the first movie in years that had made me cry while watching it. There are plenty of other movies that I even watch the continuation of the franchise up to this day, like DreamWorks Dragons, How to Train Your Dragon and stuff like that, Defenders of Berg, Race to the Edge and stuff like that I still watch to this point that I really enjoy, but they're nothing that have made me go, oh my god, like they're like tear-worthy. And there are a lot of movies which have prompted me to cry, and definitely I have had that feeling, but none of those have actually gotten me to be as emotionally invested as I was with those characters. And I think, especially because of the timing of when I watched it, that was also something that benefited it. But I could tell you right now, I can remember, and they're kind of tear-jerking, the moment I cried during that film. And one thing I will also say for Mune Guardian of the Moon, it's a little predictable, but for the right reasons. And there's a lot more in which I would like to talk about that in every sense of the word spoil, like of the plot and everything. And it's kind of hard to talk about them without saying anything of either of the plots, Little Prince or Mune Guardian of the Moon, because it's what makes it good. There are a few things in which I will say about cliches and predictability. And like everyone who really understands how to criticize something, it's not ever that it is predictable, it's that it's fun. I don't mind a movie that's predictable all the way through, as long as there's a good sense of execution, the way it's done, and the way that makes it fun. Because there can be something that is totally cliche and totally done well, but if it's not fun, then I feel like it takes away its value. The other part that really values a movie for me is hype. No one recommended me those films. No one. I found them on my own. And that's something I think that lets me feel a whole lot more value towards these movies of like them being good. But the problem is that they weren't recommended to me. And I feel that these deserve a little more of a hype. And I really recommend them to any friend I can, but they're so little known. There's a strong community behind them. And like the community behind it, though, behind these movies, is they're not an aggressively loud group. There are some, obviously, groups that are obviously small, but they're a loud group of, like, fans of something, right? Well, this group is small, or large enough to make it successful, but it can be so much larger if they were just a little bit more of a voice. And I think that's what makes it beautiful in everyone who's seen it or knows it in their eyes, is for one, it's not all that known. And you definitely want to show more people, but what makes it beautiful is there is the pure opinion of each person viewing it. So if you see this and feel just as amazed and touched by these films, then please don't shove it into other people's faces. Don't bring a giant hype around it, because it will almost destroy my passion for it. And I don't enjoy hypes around movies. I certainly will say this is hyping it up a lot, but all I'm going to say is they're films. In all honesty, the other reason why I feel so praiseworthy towards these films is because, and in not spoiling anything, is because is because I did go in with expectations, but for them to be not that bad. I mean, bad. Like, The Little Prince, I expected to be in French for some reason. Like, I expected it in French. I don't know why. And then this other one, I expected it in French or some other language. I just was like, I know it's probably going to be in a foreign language, and I don't mind that. Because I was watching a lot of foreign films, and it was kind of recommended to me on Netflix, but for a long while. Even after I was out of the foreign film phase a bit. And surprisingly enough, it is, it's good. I know that kind of spoils that it's not in, that spoils one thing of the element of it, which is it's in English, but it's not bad. Midnight's pressing against, there's her tail, she's pressing against the bar. I've already made this 10 minutes, and I'm rambling on about it, but my whole message throughout this thing, if you've watched the entire thing, is just don't overhype it for someone. Don't shove it in their face. If you do recommend it, please just recommend it, or watch it casually around them. Don't try and, like I said, shove it in their face or anything. Just, if you do love it, you can be a voice, but don't don't harsh on it, okay? And if you don't like it and you really hate it because of some of the predictabilities, well, you have the right. And I will say to you, like, good on you for having an opinion, especially on films that I find I can almost praise in a way. And I will definitely say they're just films. They're stories that are just well told. I could definitely say I probably like many elements if those were the elements I found in other things. Before I get cut off, just go watch it, have fun, do well, and be safe.